forgotten how digestible spotted teeth breathe like penguin. If they dumped this overboard, there wouldn't be a fish left in the sea.
You have to remember, Father, that a good ship rock and roll is an American vessel, and that Gracie Spoon is an American cook, and you can't expect him to make a decent cup of tea.
Too true, my dear. Nonetheless, if this continues, we shall be poisoned en route. Rosebud!
Yes, sir.
Fetch the ship's cook. I wish to speak to him at once.
Very well, sir, but it won't do any good. I think he's down in sick bay.
No doubt he's been sampling his own food. Fetch him anyway. You don't look well, Lillian. You're peaked.
I'm all right, Mother.
Gracious, don't get sick. We'll be in Boston in 2 days' time, and we must have you well.
I'll try not to upset your schedule.
Don't be smart with me, young lady. And after all I've done to arrange this marriage...
I appreciate all you're doing for me, Mother, but for all, I am 22.
21. You shall be 22 next Saturday.
21, and I don't understand what a few days make.
Senior Tribune will be a great husband for you, Lillian. He's a Bostonian, terribly wealthy, and is highly recommended.
Recommended by whom? That's just it, Mother. Vowing to love a man I've never even met.
Mother knows best about certain things. Why, if we're up to you, you'd marry some penniless English clerk.
Maybe it would be an English clerk. Maybe it'd be Mr. Captain Abel, the captain of the ship. Or maybe it'd be Jasper Murgatroyd. Good morning, Mr. Murgatroyd. Such a pleasant surprise.
Good morning, Mrs. Lockhart. A pleasant surprise? Oh goodness, no one's ever glad to see me. The books, you know. People always think I'm trying to sell something. It is true, though. I am selling books.
I'd love to see your books.
Is that so? Mr. Doodle, he's our general manager, said people have a great need for books. But they never seem to know that. People usually slam the door in my face, but one gets used to it, though. After the first few times. I represent the A.V. Doodle Book Company, manufacturer of the only volume-bound world encyclopedia. Do you know how many petticoats were worn by Marie Antoinette? Can you name the varieties of Limburger cheese? Do you know the name of Lady Godiva's horse?
No, but it sounds terribly interesting.
And now, the most important feature of the book. Can you believe it? I don't know the most important feature. I'm usually thrown out before I get to this part.
I'd love to hear more about Mr. Doodle and Lady Godiva's horse.
Lady Godiva was a very amazing woman, although a little impetuous at times. Oh gracious, we're unchaperoned.
Don't worry, Mother's in the cabin fixing a headache powder for me.
I hope you're not ill.
No, I'm alright, but if Mother says you have a headache, then you have a headache.
Yes, mothers are always so motherly. I hope you're enjoying the voyage to America.
Oh, who could enjoy this ship, the rock and roll? They certainly named it correctly.
That's true. Well, I hope I have some success selling books in America. Are you just going to visit?
No, I'm getting married.
Well, that's nice. Married?
Say more trivia, one of the Boston trivias.
Oh, I've heard of them. Oodles of money and things. I hope you'll be very happy.
Well, I don't know.
Maybe you'll like him. Maybe he'll be strong and handsome.
I've seen his portrait. Have you ever seen those jack-o'-lanterns stuck on a pole on Hallows Eve? That's Say More Trivia.
Well, I hope you'll be happy anyways. He's getting such a very nice girl. Oh, such a very nice girl. Oh, we do need a chaperone.
Oh, Jasper. I called you by your first name.
That's all right. People usually call me worse things than that. I'd better go.
But the books.
Goodness, I brought the wrong suitcase. My long johns, my underwear.
This will help you.
Mrs. Lockhart, I'm terribly sorry. I was showing your daughter my fine collection of literature.
Take your suitcase and leave. I'll call Captain Abel.
I'm sorry, Jasper, Mr. Murgatroyd.
That's all right. We'll talk about Lady Godiva later.
Lady Godiva? Really, Lillian? What would Mr. Trivia have to say about that?
I don't know and I don't care.
Oh, the pity of it all. I think I'm going to faint.
That won't be necessary. Don't worry, I'll still marry you, precious Mr. Trivia.
Now you're being thoughtful, dear. A book salesman?
Greasy Spoon here, ma'am. Sorry about the drug. Things are rough on here on the old rock and roll.
Well, that's no reason to poison us, Mr. Spoon. Captain Abel, he wants to do something about your cook.
I'd like to, Miss Lockhart, but I have more important things on my mind.
Well, I never.
Excuse me, ma'am, but the captain's worried about pirates.
If the cook doesn't poison us all, we'll be slain by pirates.
Things are too quiet. It's like the calm before the storm. It's hard to say. Very few ships were able to pass unharmed. Yes, ma'am. Silverfish is very bad.
Silverfish?
Long John Silverfish, the swashbuckling son of the seven seas. Why, he'd cut your throat like it was nothing.
I'm the luckiest girl. If the delightful Mr. Silverfish doesn't get my throat, then the charming Mr. Trivia will get my hands.
Lily, why would you think that dreadful fellow would attack the ship?
Tis a valuable cargo we're carrying, ma'am. We got sealed orders.
Ships that passed this way were pillaged by Silverfish and his cutthroats.
It made the crew walk the plank.
And why, the passengers, he ran them through with a cutlass and spread their limbs to the gulls.
But Silverfish is usually polite to the ladies, ma'am. I think you'll be all right.
And
I personally